Welcome back to Nonso FC, where we discuss football and we banter football. Today we are going to be talking about Jude Bellingham versus Vinicius Jr. Who truly deserves the Balon d'Or this year? We're going to be talking about Ian Wright versus Saka and why Ian Wright was right all along. Suggesting England uses Saka as a left back on the ongoing Euros. And lastly, we're going to talk about why signing Dan Ashford from Newcastle as our new sporting director is miles better than allowing Eric Ten Hag sign only Dutch players or players that have experience in the Eredivisie. Stick around if you're new here. Welcome to the channel. Follow the Instagram, follow the TikTok. Hit me in the comments, let's talk, and let's get into the video. Jude Bellingham shocked the whole world with that overhead kick to give England the win over Slovakia in the Euros. And let me tell you, up until that goal, up until the beginning of the Euros, it's fair to say Vinicius was running away with the Balon d'Or this year. Obviously, we all know for the past 17 years, it's been Ronaldo, it's been Messi, and then a little sprinkle of somebody here or there. But we all know that the headlines around the Balon d'Or have always revolved around these two. This is the first time where Ronaldo and Messi are not in the top 10. I mean, don't say that to Messi fans. They believe that whatever Messi does deserves the Balon d'Or, but we are being objective here. So after the Champions League final where Vinicius basically dominated that game, Vinicius's stock rose and he's leading the Balon d'Or conversation as a possible Balon d'Or winner. His Brazilian teammates and ex-Brazilian players have been campaigning for him. Meanwhile, Jude Bellingham dropped because people believe Vinicius actually performs in bigger games. Now, this is the thing. Now, we all know that the past 17 years, the person with the best PR usually ends up winning the Balon d'Or. This year, to be very honest, the person with the best PR is Bellingham. The UK media is pushing their star boy to win the Balon d'Or because there hasn't been an Englishman to win the Balon d'Or since who? Owen? Since Owen, I think. So they really want Bellingham to win. And let's be very honest, the Spanish media could have pushed Vinicius Jr., but the Spanish media does not like Vinicius Jr. because Vinicius Jr. is always speaking up against racism. And the Spanish media is always calling him a crybaby for always speaking up against racism. So now he doesn't have the media behind him. Jude Bellingham has the media behind him because whatever Jude Bellingham does turns to gold. Meanwhile, Vinicius can walk on water and they'll say it's because he can't swim. Honestly, if you're just looking at football strictly on performance, they are both really good. Jude Bellingham was my guy in the beginning of the year, but Vinicius has proven to be class and he shows up in big games. He's currently playing in the Copa America and Jude Bellingham is playing in the Euros. Now, this is what I'm thinking. Whoever wins or whoever can take their team the farthest in each competition will definitely end up with the Ballon d'Or. If England eventually wins the Euro and, it came back home, Jude Bellingham would definitely be the Ballon d'Or winner. And if Vinicius wins the Copa America, I honestly believe he has a stronger chance of keeping his #1 spot. It's been a long time where we've seen teammates beat this head-to-head in a Ballon d'Or fight. It's been I can't remember the last time. Probably Xavi, Iniesta, and let's be honest, one of them should have won that year, but we all know who took it. But it's been a while where we've seen two teammates go 1 and 2. It's been a long time. So it's going to be an incredible story to keep an eye on. Personally, if you ask me who I believe should win the Ballon d'Or, I'm saying give it to Vinicius Jr. because he's done a lot more. Now, I'm not saying Bellingham does not deserve it, but I'm just saying Vinicius has done a lot more. And he's shown up in bigger games. What do you guys think? Do you think Vinicius should be a Ballon d'Or winner for 2024, or do you think it should be Bellingham? Or are there some people that are saying it should be Messi because Messi managed to score, 5 goals in the MLS? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Arsenal legend Ian Wright a few days ago, specifically about 5 to 6 days ago, suggested that Southgate should move Saka to the left back position and let Cole Palmer play up front. And it got a lot of backlash. Honestly, it was very disappointing to see England or English people come after Ian Wright the way they did. The media, creators like myself. But the problem is, people are acting like Saka did not start his career as a left back. Saka actually played in Arsenal as a left back. So there was nothing strange there. He just said, you know what? This guy, Cole Palmer, had a very good year. Probably better than Saka if we are being completely honest. But Saka hasn't been really doing really well. Okay, then take him to the left back, let him help. He will be an additional threat moving forward, and Cole Palmer will also have space to do what he needs to do. And Ian Wright was completely decimated online until the game when Saka was moved to the left back, and sometimes he played right back, and they won. To be very frank, I was very disappointed at Saka for even saying in a podcast he doesn't believe moving him to the left back is the best position. And look, a superstar will always be a superstar. I've said this before. There are certain players that if you move them to certain positions because of how good they are, because of their high IQ, they will still work in that position. Personally, I've said Anthony in Manchester United should be moved to the left back or right back position because Anthony knows how to defend. If you watch Manchester United play, Anthony is a dog on defense. It's when he moves forward, he doesn't know what he's doing anymore. That's what I'm saying. Anthony would have been great playing, or maybe we should have converted Anthony to left back or right back, because right now the rumors are coming out is that we are willing to exchange Anthony for a 27-year-old winger in the Brazilian league, because I mean that would be, first of all, to be a loss of 95 million. Secondly, Anthony is 22, that guy is 27. So what are we really getting back, and for how long are we going to get that guy back? He's only 27. I'd rather we converted Anthony to a left back or a right back, and instead of trading him for someone that we don't even know if he'll be able to play in the Manchester United colours. Let me tell you the truth. When I said that video, I said something like that last season. And a few weeks later, towards the end of the game, Ten Hag actually put Anthony on the left back, and Anthony played really well. He hated it. Anthony was upset when he was told to play left back, but he played left back, and he was excellent playing left back. That's what I'm saying. Like, there are certain players that if you switch their positions, wingers, most likely, some wingers that know how to track back. Saka have always been good at tracking a player back if he loses the ball and getting the ball back. That kind of player. Saka started as a left back. So I don't know why that statement by Ian Wright completely annoyed everybody. It is not strange. Saka started his career as a left back. I think you can also see the way Saka plays. Saka will always look to cross the ball before he tries to attack and enter into the box, not like Martinelli. Martinelli's intention is to come at a defender and break down the defender and try to score first. Saka will always look to break down a defender and then try to cross. That is left back instinct. He's just way better, or he's just such a good player, such an intelligent player that he can play forward. He can actually score goals. So again, I didn't understand why Ian Wright was attacked. But again, he was proven right, because when Saka was moved to the left back, that was when England scored 2 goals. Like, let's be very honest, Ian, to use a dad joke or to be corny, Ian was right. Let's be very honest, he was completely right. And I believe a lot of people owe Ian Wright an apology. He's an Arsenal legend for a reason. The guy's IQ is high. I don't know why we ordinary people, yes, we watch football, we love our team, but when someone that's actually played the game makes a suggestion, everybody jumps on the person like he's never played football in his life. I like Ian Wright. I mean, I'm a Manchester United fan from ever, but I've always liked Ian Wright, and I've loved this transition after being a professional player and now being on TV, being in movies. Ian Wright is just the kind of player, in my opinion, a lot of people should look up to, because this is somebody that got his chance to play professional at the age of 25, which is old in a lot of people's eyes. This day and age, if you're not Lamine Yamal, I hope I'm not butchering that name too much. If you're not that, if you're not a world beater at 16, if you're not Kobe Mainoo, that is just incredible at 18, if you're not Messi, if you're not Ronaldo, if you're not a young phenom, you're not giving too much of a chance. If your age has crossed 21, 22, they start to look at you like, yeah, you don't have a lot of room to develop. But someone like Ian Wright that came on and became a professional at 25 and still left a mark and still was one of the best strikers in his time, we should not be too quick to just dismiss what he has to say. That's all I'm saying. And it's very shocking that, because I was reading a lot of comments, watching a lot of videos, and looking at a lot of this content, a lot of Arsenal fans did not know. They were so upset and so, so angry and disgusted that why would he say Saka should move to left back? They did not know that Saka started as a left back. So that's making me wonder, like, if you haven't been watching football for a while, is it not best to just listen to the argument, to the banter, instead of fighting online? Like, I don't get it. This is why I always have problems with a lot of people on social media when I post videos, whether on Instagram or on TikTok, and you start to banter somebody, because there's nothing wrong with banter. Obviously, I don't talk with people that just randomly throw insults for no reason because they are not intelligent enough to create an argument. You haven't been watching football long enough to understand what I'm trying to say or what other people are trying to say, and then you just want to argue because you just found your newfound passion for football. You finally found the team that speaks to your spirit, and then you want to defend that team because you think that's what you have to do. No, learn the game, learn that team, learn the history of that team, learn everything you have to do, then actually watch games. Then we can have a good, intelligent banter. When I say banter, I don't know, a lot of people really feel like it's just, insult and let's talk football. That's all I'm saying. That's the whole point. That's why I didn't understand why a lot of people came at Ian Wright like he said the most outrageous thing. Like, the moment he said it, I was like, that makes sense. Saka started his career as a left back. He can play left back. Did you watch him in that game? He played that. He was magnificent in that role. So I don't understand why people be upset. It's very dumb. The same way now I'm saying Anthony is going to be an incredible left back if he's converted to a left back. Because let's be honest, Ahmad was way better than Anthony as a right winger last season. Way better. So Anthony, if he really wants to play, when we had a lot of injuries with Shaw being out and with no Malasha, and we have to use Victor Lindelof as a left back, use Anthony as a left back. Anthony can his pace is incredible. He can actually track back and defend, and he'll be able to cross with that left leg. Probably not as good as any of the other guys I just mentioned, but still. It's all I'm saying. He'll be an attacking threat, just like a Frimpong. Let's be very honest. He'll be a left wing back. He won't be a full left back. That's my whole point. But anyway, what do you guys think? Do you think Ian was right? Do you think Ian Wright should be apologized to by the media, by everyone that basically called him a clown? Or do you think, it was just a one-off thing? Saka the star boy should never be moved to any other position except the position he plays for Arsenal. Let me know what in the comment section. For real, let's talk about it. Manchester United just finished the signing of Newcastle's Dan Ashworth as our new sporting director. And let me tell you, as a Man U fan, as a Manchester United fan, this is the best news I've heard since Erik ten Hag became coach. And I'll tell you why. Since Erik ten Hag became coach, Bro has decided that he wants to bring the entire country of Netherlands to Old Trafford, which makes no sense to me. And honestly, when he started it off, when he showed up like, I'm not coming as a coach unless I get this and this player, because his list was released that time. So he said he had to come with Martinez, he had to come with Malaysia, and he had to come with Anthony. So Malaysia is a Netherlands player. He coached Martinez and Anthony at Ajax. And then he said, Ronaldo needs to go. Ronaldo can't play his game. He needs Wout Weghorst. Bro, Wout Weghorst is a 6'7" center forward that cannot use his head. He literally came out and said he doesn't like the ball in the air. Give me the ball at my feet. A 6'7" striker. Did you never watch Peter Crouch? Like, Peter Crouch was a demon in the air. They hated the fact that if you throw Liverpool cross the ball, you have this lanky, tall giant that will just put his head and you kill your entire defensive scheme. Like, I never understood that. Because Manchester United did refuse to keep Wout Weghorst after the loan, he decided to send back Sabitzer as well, because if you're not going to keep Weghorst, better send back Sabitzer. That is the pettiest thing. And since that time, every other player we've been linked to has been Netherlands players or Ajax players. It's very few of them that actually that has no connection with any of that. Onana, he coached Onana. People are even saying like, oh, Mason Mount, English boy. What do you say about that? Bro, Mason Mount played in the Eredivisie. He knows Mason Mount. The reason why Eriksen is still playing for Manchester United right now is because he trained with Erik ten Hag in Ajax, bro. It is, I don't understand. And now, look, I don't have a problem with us bringing back Van Nistelrooy as the assistant coach. I've always loved, it's one of our best players to ever wear the United colours this way. And it's going to help, in my opinion, it's going to help Højlund in his finishing. It's going to help all of those kids in their finishing, because how Nistelrooy could see the post was so different. The angles he could score from was so different. He was probably one of the most dangerous players to ever play the number 9 in the history of Premier League. Now, was he there for a long time? No, he wasn't. But the short time he was a dangerous person. And now we signed another assistant coach, Hake, from a club called Go Ahead Eagles. And I was like, I've never heard of that guy before, ever. But I was like, I bet this guy is from the Netherlands. And I did my research, and it turns out he's from the Netherlands. Every other player we've been linked to, even this season, we've been linked to Xerxes, who is a Dutch player, and now we are getting close to signing Matthijs de Ligt, another Dutch player. Like, dude, why are we? Bro is playing Manchester United like he's playing FIFA. You do not pick only players you know. It makes no sense. There's this word called a jingo. I think it's a JINGO, where it's like it's a overly patriotic person. But I don't want to use that term for him, because those overly patriotic people want to go to war for their country. I honestly believe Ten Hag feels if you haven't played in the Netherlands, or you are not a Netherlands or a Dutch player, you do not know how to play football. Like, I felt like he threw a tantrum in the beginning of last season because Manchester United would not pay the money to bring De Jong to Manchester United. He felt like De Jong was the missing piece. Damn, like he didn't have De Jong. And then we are linked to Brobry, we are linked to Dumfries, we are linked to Gakpo. We are about to get back Gakpo until Van Dijk told Gakpo, nah, Manchester United is a small club. Come on, sign for United, Liverpool. My point is, why is he only trying to sign only Dutch players? Why is it? Because the only non-Dutch player he has signed himself, or a player that didn't play for Ajax or in the Eredivisie, is probably Casemiro. That's about it. And I feel like he considered signing Casemiro because, it was Casemiro. And you know what's crazy? When he was asked this question, Erik ten Hag was asked about, why are you signing only Dutch players? What's wrong with English players? Erik ten Hag said, English players are so expensive, compared to their talent level. English players are overpriced compared to their talent level. And that made me pause, like, bro, come on, man. Are you serious? That is your excuse? Okay, let's go down the list of some of the players you bought. Anthony, 95 million. Yes, it's not English, yes, it's not Dutch, but he played for you. And if we are being honest, that is going to go down as one of the worst buys Manchester United have done. If we are just going to exchange him for a 27-year-old Brazilian player this season or next season, it's going to be the worst contract, in my opinion, in the history of the Premiership. We bought Onana for 50 million, bro. 50 million because he played for you at Ajax. I get it. He played in the Champions League finals last year. He's very good with the ball at his feet. But 50 million for Onana? I felt like that was a bad buy. That was a terrible buy, especially since Donnarumma right now, one of the best goalkeepers in the world in Italy, and he costs about 40 to 45 million right now as we sit and we're speaking. He also got now it makes sense why he got Mason Mount for that amount, because Mason Mount played in the Eredivisie. So In total, since Ten Hag became a coach, he spent over 400 million in transfers. So, I mean, he can't come out and say English players. I get it. I know that English players are way too expensive. It's not. There is no. There is no denying that English players are way too expensive. The whole English tax is irritating, especially when it comes to Manchester United going after that player. Why not send out scouts to other countries? Look at that. Is why I said in my last video, I'm low-key jealous of Chelsea because their scouting is incredible. I'm low-key jealous of teams like Brighton because their scouting is incredible. They actually go out of their comfort zone to look for stars, to look for good budding players, good players. Look at our current core right now. It's Garnacho, it's Ahmad, it's Højlund, and then Kobe, an English player. And then maybe you can throw in Kobe, Willy Kambwala in there. But I'm saying, like, if you go out of your comfort zone, which for Erik ten Hag is the Dutch league, Eredivisie, or you go out of England, which is basically every scout's comfort zone, you can find talent. Look at people finding talent in the Brazilian league, left, right, and center. I mean, Real Madrid signed Endrick. Chelsea signed his running co-star, and then they signed somebody else again from that same league, basically from the same team or from a rival team. I'm just saying, like, why can't we go to Spain and look for someone, scout for the future Fabregas? Someone, because definitely that is the kind of pattern they teach those young kids to play. You want someone that can hold the ball, be more direct in the passes, and you are going to the Dutch league, bro. I don't understand. Besides the young, let's be honest, which other Dutch player is actually really, really good on the ball like that in the middle of the pack? I really can't. I'm saying in the level of like a Bruno Fernandes, which other Dutch player is really that good with ball? Okay, maybe Xavi Simons, and he's not even a midfielder. So I'm saying, like, can you? That is why I'm grateful that we signed Dan Ashworth, because it was because of Dan Ashworth that Newcastle did what they did last season. It's because of people like Dan Ashworth that they have players like Callum Wilson, like Alexander Isak, all those kind of players. That is what we need in Manchester United, not just the person has to be wearing orange or bleeding orange. And now I don't know, it's beginning to make me doubt our De Ligt transfer prospect, because De Ligt he's good, he's solid, don't get me wrong. But right now he's going to cost about 47 million to bring to Manchester United. He hasn't stayed in one club for a while. He's only 24 years old and he has jumped to about 4 clubs. Meaning other clubs, those clubs are willing to let him go. If he was that guy, if he was that good, maybe other clubs would keep him. I think from Juventus, I think he jumped to Bayern. I'm saying, if he was that good, Bayern won't let him go after just 2 years. They would have kept him. So can we look at that? And he's also kind of injury prone. So why are we about to spend £50 million or 50 million euros on someone that might not be serviceable throughout the season? That is my point. So Dan Ashworth's contract got signed today. He's going to take over. And I will not be surprised if he's like, nope, we're not signing De Ligt. We'll rather go take... And honestly, this might sound like a joke, but we'll honestly go take Pinnock from, Brentford, and bring him on. I like Pinnock. He's actually very, very good. He's very good. He's not good on the ball with his feet, but that's a good defender. So, that's it. I don't know if any other person has thought about it. It's been bugging me since last season. Why is the Manchester United red jersey going to be turned to orange? Because Erik ten Hag doesn't like any other country. I don't know. Or maybe, I don't know. But that is all I'm thinking. What do you guys think? Is that a good thing that we're just bringing in only Dutch players, Dutch coaches, Dutch trainers? Is that a good thing? Or is there something wrong somewhere? Let me know in the comment section. And to round up the video, Manchester United has launched the new jersey for the new season with collaboration with Snapdragon. And they posted this picture to launch it. Our young core of Højlund, Garnacho and Meno. This was a recreation of the celebration after a Garnacho goal where he went to sit on what's that thing called at the side of the pitch, and then he was joined by Hoylund and Mino, and they took that iconic picture because, if we are being honest, it was the young boys that helped us. It was the young boys that saved our lives last season. They are the ones that put Manchester United on their back. They played with pride and passion, and they actually took us from oblivion to, FA Cup winners, and now we finally get to play some European football. We play in the Europa. So I like the jersey. Personally, I have a bias for the AIG jersey when Ronaldo, Tevez, Rooney, all those cats wore it that year. But to me, that has been like the best one. With that other one that has like the V line, I think it's the same jersey. But I'm saying this jersey is nice. I don't mind it. It's very, very good looking. We just need to put quality players in them. That's all I'm saying. But the rollout is nice. They used Cantona again. They used him last season, which was cool by me. But the whole, making a deal with the devil thing kind of threw a lot of people off. It's a metaphor, but people are like, nope, it's demonic. I didn't care. Manchester United is my team, and I'll always be my team for life. So this season, I guess they didn't want to go that direction, but they still use Cantona because he's a freaking legend. And people don't even understand that guy only played like, 5 seasons or 6 seasons for Manchester United, and the season he didn't play was the only season we didn't win the league while he played for Manchester United, which is incredible. That's why a lot of people still consider Cantona as one of the greatest players of all time. Yeah, that's the video for today. I just want to say a big thank you. My last video got 200 views and I'm only 17 subscribers strong. That means I'm doing something right. There's a trajectory. I'm moving forward. I really wish we could get more likes on this video. It doesn't have to be, the same amount of views to likes, but if you look at it, you like it, just, it helps the video, it helps the channel grow. If you want to banter me, you can banter me in the comment section. You can come to Instagram, or you can come to TikTok, because when the season starts, I'm going to be going fire for fire after every game. If you don't like what I say about your team, come and talk to me in the comment section. I don't care about it, as long as you're being respectful, because I'm respectful to everybody until you're not being respectful. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.